It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse Jonathan Taylor. He was outstanding last week, racking up a ton of yards and touchdowns. It's the Colts and the Jaguars coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can win here and get to 2-0 on the road, they can be well set up for the rest of the year.
Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Out onto the field comes the Colts offense for their first series. And at quarterback, a new name this year to the franchise, of course, but certainly not new to the league. A 15-year vet, former league MVP, Matt Ryan.
In a storied career that has spanned 14 seasons and nearly 60,000 yards through the air, we're seeing a brand new chapter for Matt Ryan this year. With Atlanta in a rebuild, Ryan was dealt to Indianapolis, who is their 6th Week 1 quarterback in 6 seasons. One of the most decorated quarterbacks still active, this move will keep Ryan on a contender as he chases his first career Super Bowl title.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Here's Ryan. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Throwing again, Ryan. And his throw is incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now last year's leading rusher in the NFL, this is Jonathan Taylor. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Ryan, a little pop pass, jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Ryan. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive it started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Well, that sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching them try to take away that area of the field.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior whatever team he joins. And to his credit, he shouldered those expectations and he's doing everything in his power to follow through.
A man coming off a washout 2021, it's Travis Etienne. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action now. Lawrence. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kwity Paye getting in there and burying him behind the line.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. These 2 teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win. And the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022. But the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville. And that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Kwity Paye. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this 1st quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Lawrence. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Well, this defense for the Colts, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's being a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. Running through tackles, they are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Off the play fake, here's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Devin Lloyd in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Now, that sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll get 34 yards there.
But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night, a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
They'll roll him out right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Shaquille Leonard, the All-Pro, in on the tackle. The Jaguars are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Jacksonville made Christian Kirk the headliner of their 2022 free agency spending spree, and he's one of the highest paid receivers in the league right now. So what do they expect? For him to get his first career 1,000-yard season and give them big-time production. He gets them a first down right there.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
From the 22, Lawrence.
This complete to Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Zay Jones
from 17 yards out.
And the Jaguars are back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Matt Ryan and the Colts getting back to work once more. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a first down.
Here's Ryan. Working the middle, and he's got it complete to Akins, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Use an abacus?
I trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
My calculator shorted out on this one. 60,000 yards. Congratulations.
Man, has it been fun to track his career, and it continues.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Ryan. This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Again, Ryan. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Josh Allen. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, look at the juke. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Ryan. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Ryan finding Pittman there for the Colts' first down. Ryan will throw again. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Ashton Doolin from 6 yards away. And the Colts will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive. but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. 9 yards that time.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with Etienne. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they could.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chad Muma brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Ryan. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Ryan. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and the lead will hold at 10.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, they'll be disappointed with that effort.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Rolling to his right. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 31 yards. And the Jags have got it back to within a score. Extra point try now for Patterson. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So they only needed 3 plays on that
finish it off with a touchdown reception. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Ryan. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devin Lloyd able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. On the return, here's Agnew. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Just what you want, our 1st down run, call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
He'd had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd and 1, it's Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 10 yards there, good enough for the Jags 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On play action, Lawrence. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Etienne. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Once more, Etienne.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Throw left side, taken in by Pittman.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Ryan. And he'll find Akins there, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
On the ball. On the ball.
Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
And there was one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Again, it's Taylor. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game going.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it to 15 before they drop it. It's a gain of 35.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Colts have regained the lead.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. 5 plays there on that drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Taken at about the 1.
Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Down 24-21. A little under 2.5 to go. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on first down. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now Lawrence.
He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these 2 sides. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
Sliding out of the pocket.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Straight ahead, ETN.
Down to about the 22 here.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Another tote for ETN. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they'll run with Etienne. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Give him 9 yards on the carry there, a good run, and now 2nd and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Are you ready?
They'll look to run with Connor, and he's across for a touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Charles, that drive was perfect, methodical, executed so well, and they grabbed that lead with almost no time left for a last gasp from the other side.
No way you could have drawn up a better final drive, because not only did they keep their eyes on the end zone, they made sure they bled the clock out as well and denied their opponent a chance to respond. That's just terrific situational football to end this one.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Jags, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.